WWE Crown Jewel is coming to you live this Saturday, and you know the Flex Zone podcast, the only place giving you your wrestling coverage how you want and when you need it, is going to be live at 1 p.m., 10 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Central, right here on the Flex Zone podcast. Make sure you super kick that subscribe button, like a bomb that like button, backdrop that bell. Let me know who you have winning the triple threat match, as it will be Andrade El Idolo, Carmelo Hayes making his first premium live event match appearance, not in the Royal Rumble, I believe, and the United States champion, megastar, L.A. Knight. This match has spawned from what was wonderful on SmackDown the past couple of months, the 7-match, 7-game series between Andrade El Idolo and Carmelo Hayes. They were tied 3-3, but in between these 7 matches, LA Knight has already beaten both Andrade and Carmelo Hayes one-on-one. So what makes them deserving of this title shot, to be honest with you? And let's be honest, this is LA Knight's first premium live event title defense. It's been on SmackDown. He's defeated Santos Escobar, as I mentioned, Andrade. He defeated Carmelo. He defeated Ludwig Kaiser in Berlin. So his title reign is still kind of in quicksand, and I think it's way too soon for them to take the belt off of LA Knight. I think inevitably he would be the guy walking into WrestleMania in Vegas, WrestleMania 41 in April, as the United States champion. Against who? I think it could potentially be Carmelo Hayes. I think he should be the next person in line to hold that United States championship. If you look at Raw, you have Braun Breaker. Obviously, the company sees big things in him. He can elevate himself to the main event really, really soon. And why not the same for Carmelo Hayes? Your 2 pillars, your 2 foundational draft picks, Braun Breaker on Raw, Carmelo Hayes on SmackDown. Heading into 2025, they'll show out in the Royal Rumble, have big Mania spots, and even be contenders possibly to win Money in the Bank as well. So why not have a guy on each show if we're going to go down that road? But I always ask the question of, with this, if LA Knight does retain, who's next? Who is left on SmackDown for LA Knight to legitimately feud with moving forward? I do think LA Knight gets the win here. I do think Andrade, unfortunately, is the victim of the pinfall. I think Melo then uses that to try to get his rematch. Like I said, I don't know if they're going to give the title to Melo next. I don't know who else would be a candidate, and I don't know who or when they would want to do that. What is LA Knight doing heading into Survivor Series, Saturday night's main event? Obviously, LA Knight's going to be in the Royal Rumble. Is he holding that title until Mania? Or are they going to do some sort of multi-man match on SmackDown where we get a bunch of competitors in the fold? Now, I wish they wouldn't have buried Giovanni Vinci. He would be a wonderful challenger, potentially up next for an LA Knight, where they could have some good matches, a nice feud. But LA Knight and Giovanni Vinci, nobody cares about Giovanni Vinci.
Who?
He's buried. He was kicked out of Imperium. They're doing nothing with him. I think LA Knight gets the win here. Where does he go from there? Looking at the SmackDown roster, that's why I'm a proponent of a guy like Drew McIntyre maybe moving to SmackDown. He could feud with LA Knight for the United States Championship. You have a guy by the name of Chad Gable and his stable, American Made. I think they've done all they can on Raw. Why not put them on SmackDown? They could be a good heel tag team to battle the Motor City Machine Guns. Ivy Now could be in the Women's Championship picture, and you could even use Chad Gable for the United States Championship. That is a belt tailor-made for a guy like Chad Gable, an Olympian, the persona or character he plays. It would just go with the gimmick perfectly on SmackDown if you wanted to put American Made over there, especially with SmackDown going to 3 hours. And then you could even have Chad Gable in the main event. You could have him against the Cody, against the Randy Orton, against whomever you want to put him up against at the top of the card. I think if you're going to do this whole bloodline thing, does that mean Jey Uso is now permanently on SmackDown? Are we going to get some trades that they talked about that we never have gotten? I think LA Knight wins here. Not sure where they go with him after Crown Jewel hitting in the Survivor Series. He may not even be on the Survivor Series card, to be honest with you, because what is he going to have of substance in the next 3 weeks after Crown Jewel to really warrant a match on pay-per-view? He may have a SmackDown main event, maybe the night before Survivor Series or sometime in heading into, like I said, Saturday night's main event, but he may not be on Saturday night's main event because who is left for him to feud with? I'm really trying to boggles my mind. SmackDown's mid card has so much potential, but it's really fallen flat outside of these three guys. Like I said, honestly, match 7 between Carmelo and Andrade, it was a miss. And having LA Knight and it was overbooked and he was a special guest referee. Please, no more special guest referees. We knew we were getting a 3-way match, a triple threat. I would have rather them just done a double disqualification. The hatred between Carmelo and Andrade caused them to spill into the outside of the ring. They fight throughout the arena, double count out. LA Knight thinks he doesn't have a challenger. Boom, Nick Aldis makes it a 3-way. He just goes out there and knocks both guys out and puts himself over, and now we get a triple threat match, which he's not going to lose. But this should be a good match. I think this will be a fun match. I think this will be, if they can execute some of the spots I'm sure they're going to try to wow the crowd with LA Knight, his high-flying ability. Of course, Andrade, the luchador style, and Carmelo being the sneaky coward heel with his ability in the ring. Should be good to see. I'm glad that Andrade, Melo, and LA Knight can work on a PLE level show, on a PLE, because they don't have commercials and they can really get 15, 20 minutes to go out there and work and show the crowd why this title, why the mid-card title, the United States Championship, which hasn't been on pay-per-view since SummerSlam, needs to be showcased. And LA Knight needs to be that guy. He's over as ever. He's going to get a big reaction from the crowd. Carmelo's a young rookie. He's getting his opportunity. And Andrade is pretty much the workhorse of SmackDown. So you got three guys to work with in mid-card. Let's see who else they maybe bring over to SmackDown or use with SmackDown reportedly going to 3 hours. And what they decide to do with LA Knight hitting into Survivor Series, hitting into Saturday night's main event, hitting into the Rumble and Wrestle season. Button. Like or bomb that like button, tombstone that thumbs up, leave us a thumbs up. It helps us out tremendously, cost you nothing. Sound off in the comment section. Let me know your prediction for the match, anything you're looking forward to seeing. Saturday, 1 p.m., 12 p.m. Central, 10 a.m. Pacific. And if anything else, just leave your favorite emoji. Let me know how you're feeling about the 3-way match for the United States Championship. Where does LA Knight, Melo, and Andrade go from here? We'll be live for it on Saturday. Appreciate you guys watching. Check out all the other prediction videos on the channel. And we'll be here with you, as we always are, watching the show with you and reacting to it right here on the Flex Zone Podcast. Only place giving you the wrestling coverage how you want it, when you need it. See you guys Saturday, and with the next video for my predictions for WWE Crown Jewel, I have LA Knight retaining his United States Championship and continuing on into Survivor Series in 2025.